day-to-day life, it is unavoidable. So you will always have a reason to become stressful. Good. There is always something going that you don't like or don't happen or you're not happy with it, and that will get you to have some stress. Okay. Now, probably manage stress. If you know how to manage the stress in the right way, will become an excellent source for motivation. It will be an excellent chance for you to move and to improve yourself and do your work. Good. On the other hand, high level of stress could actually shut down you, could actually cause you a lot of trouble up to the point where people will be like non-responsive. So here is how the stress chart look like. If you look at the bottom axis, this is your stress level. No stress at all or very small stress, absolutely a lot of stress. And this is how your performance goes. When you have no stress or very little stress, you will become inactive. You know what? I don't care. The exams are like in 6 months. Hassan is not doing quizzes. You know, I will not sit down. I will not read. I will not solve homework. I will not do anything. Oh, the exam is too far away. Now, as the stress increase a little bit, you start moving your, okay, you know what? You know, I will just look at it. Hassan looking angry today and he might do a pop quiz. Let me look at it. Now, the right amount of stress will motivate you, will get you to do something very, very good. When you know there is exams coming up and you are stressed about the exams, but at the same time, you are motivating yourself that, you know, there is an exam coming, I shouldn't be playing around. This is where you pick up your stress and you become very active. When the stress keep going on and keep increasing and you keep having more stress, this is when you start going exhausted. Too much, too many exams at the same time, too much stress, I cannot handle it anymore. And then you will have the part where you will actually crash landing because the stress is too much to handle. Good. Now, for some people, if we can measure stress like we measure weight, for example, or like measure speed, if we can measure stress, some people, they will have this point at number 10, while others, they might have it at number 20. Some people will have the burn down at number 50. Some people will have it at number 100. What does that mean? It means if both persons are in the same situation and they are both under the same stress, some people can take more stress than other people. It's not like a health issue or a smart or, no. It's a matter of experience in life. The more experience you have, the more you are in a stressful situation, the easier for you to handle stress it's become. The more you know about stress, the more you know the techniques that you can use to cut yourself out of stress, the more things will get better for you. Some people, just to let you know, some people, they will have 100 for the crashing down at work. So if it's a work stress related, they can afford up to 100. But when it's about their family, their kids or their wife or their loved one or their husband, they will crash at 30. It just simply means they are so emotional related to their family compared to their work. That's normal. You find somebody who at work, you put him under a lot of pressure, he's like a monster. You get him to his personal life, his mom is sick, he crashes. That's life. That's how people handle stress, and that's how things goes in the stress part. Good. What does that affect stress? Good. Too much stress will lead to health issue. Good. What kind of health issue? Lose of focus and concentration. When you are under a lot of stress, you start losing focus, you start losing concentration. You don't know what to do, you don't know how to do it, you don't focus. And this is what's happening to many students in the last few weeks of their semester or the last few weeks before the exam. Too much homework, too much teachers, and they start losing concentration and start losing focus. Good. Back pain, muscle pain. Can the stress cause muscle pains? Yes, believe me, it can cause more than this. If you are stressed, you could have like muscles pain, you could have back pain, you could have neck pain. Not because you are sitting wrong. No, no, because the stress can do that. And ask anybody in your family if they have problem with their colon. I'm personally having something called, they call it here like angry colon or something. When I get angry, I start feeling pain in my stomach. Good. People feel it in their shoulder. People feel it in their legs. It's different kind of different people. Good. Depression. Depression is something very serious. People get depressed when they are handling stress under stressful situation. Depression sometimes lead to even worse scenarios. We've seen it in Canada. We've seen it in the United States. People commit suicide. Good. Alhamdulillah, in our community here, because people are Muslims and many of them are believing that suicide is not even something that you can even think about. We don't see it as much as here, but still it is there. You don't get suicide, but you're still in a lot of trouble. So depression is something real, and it's 99% of the time it's come because of the stress. Illness, yes. Eating disorder, that's me. Yes. When I get stressful, I start eating. Good. And when I start eating, I get fat. When I get fat, I get more stress because now I am fat. And then I start eating more. And until I the point when I'm going to explode myself out. Good. Yes, that's happening. So that's why whenever I know that I'm going to have a stressful days, I fast. I fast. Good. Because I know I have too many things to do. And because of that, I know I will be stressful. And because I'm stressful, I will be looking at any chocolate or any candy or anything that I'll start eating chocolate and candy when I'm sitting on the table. That's why when I know this, I fast. This is one of my stress technique to avoid stress effectiveness. Good. Find the things that will help you. That's not matter. Of course, there is so many things that could cause you because of the stress, the sickness and the issues that you can see because of the stress. Now, stress can come from 3 different sources. We are going to discuss these 3 sources now. And based on that, you guys can make up your mind about how to deal with it. The first one is called institutional stress. This kind of stress comes with the type of the company that you work with. So for example, if you work with the army, whether you are a soldier or an officer or an IT guy, there is a special stress that comes from the fact that you are in the army. If you are working in the hospital, whether you are a nurse or a doctor or a cashier or an IT, there is some kind of stress that related to the hospital situation. Sick, pain, people dying, people in bad situation, families are upset and crying in the corridor. All these stuff are related to the where are you working. Good. Keep in mind that every place comes with his own stress. Good. Every place comes with his own stress. Some places could be stressful for some, but not for the others. So for example, if I ask you guys now, which one of you guys prefer to work in kindergarten? You know kindergarten, the school for years 3 to 5. How many of you would love to work there? How many of you will hate to work there? I'm not talking about teacher. Let's talk IT or anything. Will you be willing to work with 3 to 5 years old kid? Let's see in the chat. You guys willing to go there or no? So Ali says no. Ayman says no. Maha says no. Oh, Sakina says she doesn't mind. She doesn't like it, but she doesn't mind. Come on, guys. Where is the rest of you? Okay. So what I mean by this, the situation that the institutional situation that you could find yourself in that's come with their own stress. Good. It might be very stressful for you, but for somebody else, it might not be. So that's something to think about. Can you handle people screaming from pain? Can you handle dealing with kids who have cancer? No, I can't help. Hassan, my heart will get broken. If I see a 10 years old or a 5 years old or 7 years old crying, or if I see one of them, la samahallah, God help them, they're having their hair falling down because they are getting chemotherapy and they are stressed, I will burn. I cannot take it. So don't apply for work in the hospital that have cancer center that work with the kids with cancer. Go find somewhere else to work. Good. If you don't bear working in screaming environment and military kind of environment, don't work for the military. Go find somewhere else to work. Good. That's what we call it organizational or institutional stress. We have something else called situational stress. Situational stress come up from the situation that you find yourself in. Good. Either it's come with the work type or it's come in a general situational thing. So for example, if you decided to work as a doctor, good, you will have to face patients. You will have to face sick people. You will have to face worried parents or worried families. You have to face that. If you cannot take it, so what are you doing working as a doctor? If you are afraid from blood and you go work as a doctor, come on, this is wrong. Good. So that's what we call it about the stress that come with the work type. Also, this situational stress is the stress that comes with handling specific equipment. Like if you are working in a customer care center in the airport, where you might people with like penalty and in charge, you'll get people upset at you so much more often than if you are working as a customer service in a newborn hospital department. Good. So this is what we call it situational stress. Good. You have a great ability to influence the situational stress by learning the skills that you need. So for example, if you are going to work as a help desk, your first source of stress are your customer. So how do you control that stress? You control that stress by learning how to handle customers, by developing that skill. If you work in a company like a programmer that do ton of projects, and honestly, you guys as a programmer, as software student, 90% of your life will be about projects. So you guys have to do ton of projects. So go learn project management. Learn about project management. When you learn about project management, you know about planning, you know about risk management, you know about budgeting, you know about these stuff. So now when your manager come to you telling you we need to develop this software in 2 weeks, you look at the plan, you tell him there is no way you can do it. You can work with him to find a plan because you know how to use planning management. Project management will help you a lot to do your job because it's stressing your job. Any kind of stress source, there is a way to learn a technique or a skill that will reduce that stress. When it comes to the situational situation. Situational stress, things like conflict with coworker. We spoke about it last class, how to act as a teamwork, how to work with your team, how to influence your team. So one of the stress sources is you're fighting with your coworker. The solution is there. We spoke about it in the last class. Good. Difficult customer. We spoke about it. The whole class is about difficult customers. Good. Heavy workloads. Too much work is coming to you. What do? Start thinking smarter. As they says in Canada, work smarter, not harder. What does that mean? Is there any way that you can automate something? Can you automate some of the work? Can you create a small program that do some job for you? Can you create something like this? Can you get extra help? Can you change the way the work happening? Can you reload the thing? There is so many ways to avoid having a huge load of work. Insufficient training and insufficient time to do self-training. Good. You'll see this a lot, and especially in the last few years as the government here in Qatar starts reducing expense. Of course, everybody is affected, not only in Qatar, in the whole area. So you will find it a lot that your manager will come to you if you're working for a government organization. He'll come to you and says, Hassan, we decided to go with this software. We are going to get D2L to use it in our organization. Great. When I'm going to be trained on? Oh, Hassan, budget cut, no money. Habibi, yesterday there was a big dinner party that has like 50 people in the dinner party costing 50,000 riyal. There was money for the dinner party and 2,000 riyal for me to attend the course. We don't have no budget. Yes, Hassan, we don't have no budget. Okay, let me study by myself. No time. Habibi, you have 50,000 things to do. This is very stressful situation. This is one of the situations that the managers need to be clear about it. Give your team a chance to develop themselves. Give your team a chance to learn. Give your team a chance to improve their skills. Good. Even if you don't have the money to do that, give them the time. At least you can give them the time. At least you can look at that. And this is what I did at Qatar University. For a while in Qatar University, for a couple of years, we had zero money for training. Zero. Not even one single course for anybody. What I was doing with my team, I will look at my team. I will ask them when I'm talking to them, what are you guys interested in learning? What are you doing? One of them will tell me, I'm learning about this. Good. I'm studying about this topic. I'll tell him, listen, I will give you 3 days off next week. It's a quiet time for us. We don't tell you. I'll give you 3 days off or 5 days off. You go spend time learning this thing, but then in return, you will do a training for the entire class for 3 hours next week in the meeting. So the guy will go spend the whole week studying that for whatever reason. And then he will come to my team and talk about it. One of the things, I had a student who was doing his master's degree in UK. One of the employees. He was doing his master's degree in the UK, and he was supposed to travel to UK 3 times to finish his master. He came to me, Hassan says, I need to get my vacation like this special request. Tell him, listen, I will help you for sure, but here's what I want from you. Show me the courses that you are doing in the master, and I want you to summarize the courses for me and present it to the guys. Talk to my team about the project or the thing that you have in that course. And we were spending 2 hours talking about these topics. So you can invent stuff like this. This is how you can avoid the stress of that. Lack of career opportunity. This is one of the most important stressful situations. Good. And with that, there is the other one, which is the uncertainty situation or the lack of benefits. Good. Unfortunately, in many organizations, when it's come to cut money, the first thing they will attack is the salary of the employees. Good. The first thing they will do, they will go after the employee's salary and cut them. Because this is easy to calculate. Hassan is making 10,000 something per month. If I cut him by 20%, I will save 2,000. I have 10,000 employees. I save $20 million or $200 million. Alhamdulillah, you see government, I'm the best guy ever. Doing this will have a lot of stress on your employees. Make sure you understand this kind of work. Make sure you understand people doesn't get depression. I've seen it a lot in many situations where people go so much depressed to the point that they don't want to work. You cannot get them to work. They don't do even 10% of what they used to do before. And all of this is because somebody made a decision, he didn't calculate it correctly. Good. All these reasons could cause a situation. How about interruption? Good. Can somebody tell me about interruption? What do you guys think? How can I avoid interruption? Why is interruption going to cause me stress, and how can I avoid it? Ayman, what do you think? Are you guys with me? So how do I avoid interruption? So Rania says by focusing on my work. But come on, Rania, for you as a programmer, if you guys are a software student, you didn't go deeply in the coding, but once you put your head behind the screen and you are trying to write a script that's content of 15 lines, you need all the focus you can. And while you are doing this, somebody will open your office and says, hey, where is this? Then 5 minutes later, somebody will scream outside, hey, where is that? And every 2 seconds, they will interrupt you. And this will really cause stress because you will lost and you have to think about the coding again and things will get you in a really bad situation. What do you guys think the solution for interruption? Yes, choose a quiet place, run away. Good, run away, go to your manager, tell him, listen, I need to finish this. And as long as I'm sitting here, there is no way I can finish this. Do you mind if me go find a cube somewhere in the corner of the building and hide there? Do you mind if I go, there is a small meeting room area that nobody is using? Do you mind if I take my laptop and go sit there and work there? Good. Anything. I used to do that a lot in Qatar University. People were like killing me, especially in my kind of job where customers are complaining all the day. So technically, my job in Qatar University was just sitting there. People come to me, complain about stuff, and I try to solve their problems. Good. But I have work to do. I have reports to write. I have documentation to present. I have things to do. And I cannot do that. Every 2 minutes, somebody come to my office. Whether he's happy or he's angry, it gets really annoying. So I used to run to the library building. We had a small office in the library building. We used to call it Tomb, like Tomb Raider, because it's not an office technically. It's a room that have no window. I think it didn't even have a door until somebody opened a door for it. I go there, I lock the door, I sit there, nobody hear me. I don't hear anybody. If I start screaming, nobody will hear me. And sit there for 2, 3 hours, finish the work, good, and then I come back to my office. I don't go home, of course. Somebody asked me, why don't you go home? Come on, I have 3 kids at home and my wife. I can't even do anything at home without either they interrupt me or screaming or having funny stuff every 5 seconds. Good. So this is one of the stressful situations that you guys can face or you can see in your life. Good. The last kind of stress is what we call it personal stress. Personal stress, this is based on your personal lifestyle. Good. Are you a married guy? Are you a young guy with living with your family, with big family? Is your parents alive? Is your parents sick? Is your wife having problem? Is one of your kids have problem? These kind of situation will bring you a lot of stress. Those are the personal life. These are the stuff that you have some ability to influence. Maybe more ability to influence than the rest of it. Maybe you don't have ability to influence sometimes. Sometimes you cannot do anything about it. Your father or Allah, your mother or your son or your daughter having a very bad sickness. You cannot do anything about that. You make dua for them, but technically you cannot do anything about that. So there is a way to handle these kind of stuff. We'll talk about it a few minutes later. But in general, your personal life, you have some ability to influence that or change the effect that this have on you. Good. Here is some sample of personal stress situation. Change stress. You're getting married, you're getting divorced, you're getting a baby, you're changing your country, you're changing your home, you're changing something. Right now, the house I'm living in, we know that we are moving, but we don't know when or where. We know that we have to leave our house before the end of June, I think, or before 15th of July. We have to leave this place before 15th of July. And we don't know where are we going or what kind of housing we are going to get. Or is it smaller or bigger or cleaner or not? And like, I'm under a lot of stress, especially with my wife every 5 minutes. Hassan, what happened? When are we going to back? When are we going to do this? What are we going to do with the Hamoud room? What are we going to do with the girls' clothes? Are we going to take this with us? Are we going to throwing this away? Like, too much stress. There is stress that's come with chemical stuff. Alhamdulillah, not so many people here are alcoholic or drug abused. Good, but that's a big problem in Canada. People are consuming drugs, people are consuming alcohol, people are consuming marijuana, hashish, everything is there. So sometimes it's very easy for people to go on that road. Here, the best thing you can do is some Red Bull, if you find it. Good. Communicating skills, decision stress, disease stress, emotional stress, all these kind, financial situation, pain situation, all these guys, all these situations could put you under a lot of stress. Every one of those, there is a lot of ways to handle them. Remember something, guys. If you look at my generation, I think I was lucky, but if you look at me when I was at the university 20 years ago, the internet was just starting. Good. So before that, we didn't have the internet. So if me as Hassan Ode have, let's say, emotional stress, good, my relation with my father is not as I wish. I have no resources at that time. Nowadays, you can go online, you can look at resources, you can look, you can explore, you can read, you can attend online classes, you can meet with a doctor in China to help you with this stuff. There is a lot of resources available for these kind of things. Look at it, read it, educate yourself about this stuff will help you a lot. You have to keep something in mind that sometimes you don't know that you have stress. Good. That's the worst part of it. You don't know that you have stress. Good. And that's why I always keep my friend telling my friend, if you feel that I'm having problems, please let me know. Talk to me. Sometimes I'm so stressful, I don't even know it. Of course, with the experience that I have, with the way that my work environment was, I had so much stress in my work environment during the last 20 years. I'm more able to handle stress compared to the other people, but still too much stress sometimes. Good. So much stress, Hassan. We have stress already, and you are keep talking about the stress. What to do? Good. How to avoid stress? Ask yourself this question. Do you like the business you are in? Good. Do you like the business you are in? And I'm not talking about your job. I'm talking about the business you are in. Good. So for example, when I ask you, do you guys want to work in a babysitter or in a daycare center? Good. Some of you says, no, I don't want to do that. Good. Some of you says yes. So that's the question again. You are currently working in a food company. Good. Like Baladuna. Are you happy working in the factory? Are you enjoying the factory environment? Going into the factory or going inside the factory and the stress that the factory is working days and night, and you have to do 2 shifts. Sometimes you work in the morning, sometimes work in the afternoon. Are you okay with that? If you are okay with that, then fine, great. If you are not, then maybe it's the chance to look for another job. Good. Someone tell me, Hassan, it's not that easy. Come on, you talk about job that it's super easy to reach. I know it's not that easy, but you can think about it. Good. So we'll talk about it in a few minutes, how to handle that situation about finding another job anyway. Good. The other thing is, do you like what you are doing? What do you mean by this, Hassan? Are you happy that you are a network engineer? Are you happy that you are an Oracle coder? Are you happy that you are a D2L administrator? Sometimes you will find a job as a D2L administrator. D2L administrator do not do a lot of coding. They technically do more than management software management, creating user, moving user, enabling feature, updating the server, updating the software, fixing small problem here. They don't do coding. But you really, really love coding. You really enjoy coding. But that's the job that you got. So that's the question. Do you like the work type that you are doing? You can do coding, you can do application management. You are stuck in this situation. Right now, for example, I'm very good at teaching. I am very good of being IT help desk manager. The question that I'm asking myself now in the teaching, do I like teaching? Or do I prefer to go back to a help desk manager position? There is no harm of that. There is nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. No, alhamdulillah, I'm working right now in the position. I like the position of teaching, but you know what? I'm a little bit stressful. Is it because I'm a teacher? Is it because you guys don't answer me, don't give me high five, don't smile on my face, are giving me depression and stress? Good, maybe nobody's here. Good, you see how much stress you guys are giving me? Okay, maybe because of you guys, I'm very stressed. Maybe no. So there is no harm of you asking your question to yourself. Is what I am doing causing me stress? Sometimes the answer should be simply no, and then it'll help you find out what's going on. Are you happy with your personal life? Are you happy with your friends? Are you happy with your house? Are you happy with your car? Are you happy with your wife? Are you happy with your parents? If not, find something. Can someone tell me, oh, I cannot replace my parents, Hassan? Good, you can replace the job. Yeah, I know, you can quit CNAQ, go find some other job. Can you quit your parents? No, I cannot quit my parents. But I can do something to change my behavior or change their behavior or work it out. Good. Are you happy with your kids? Nobody happy with their kids. Is your parents happy with you? I'm sure not. Good. Nobody, not because of you, not because of your parents. Nobody is happy with their kids. Good. I'm not happy with my son. My mom is not happy with me. I remember my grandma wasn't very happy with my mom. That's how life goes. Good. And my son now, even though he doesn't have kids yet, he is telling me this is what I'm going to do for my kids when they come here. I will punish them because they don't listen. Nobody's happy with that. Good. But there is ways to handle these kind of situations. There is a techniques to handle these kind of situations. And these stuff are there. You can use them. Good. Keep in mind something very good to help you. First of all, how much control you have over the reason that you are stressed. Do you have control over that? The second part, choose whether you exposed yourself to this or not. Good. So for example, we all saw the news that happened a few days ago and what happened in Gaza and what happened in Palestine and how people were dying and how buildings were destroyed. We are very sad about this. Good. You look at it from the other hand of, for example, what's happened in India a few months ago when the flood came and some villages and cities were completely wiped. Good. I'm looking if I don't have any family in India and I felt really, really bad about those people. God help them. So imagine about somebody whose cousins and uncles and family are there. How much stress he will have there. The question is, how much control you have? Can you change anything about this? Do you have the control over the weather? Of course not. Do you have the control over the war between Israel and Gaza? Of course not. Do you have any control about the earthquake that had, I don't know which country? Of course not. But think about what you can do. Don't think about what you cannot do. You cannot change the weather in India. You cannot stop the rain. Good. What can you do? Me, Hassan, I'm a poor guy living in Qatar, a student that I still take my pocket money from my family. What do you expect me to do? Find something that you can do. Look at, for example, a volunteering experience with one of the organizations that collect money. Donate money. Start a donation company with your friend. Talk to your friend, talk to your family, tell them, listen, guys, we want to help those gentlemen in India. We want to help those guys in Gaza. Can you guys help me? What do you want? I'm telling you the situation about what's happening to them. I'll explain it to you, and let's see if we can get 5,000 riyal. Good? Don't give me the money. I don't want to get in trouble of taking the money from you. People expect me. No. Every one of you want to voluntarily spending some money, do it with Qatar charity, and just photo me the receipt or photo me a small message says, I donated 20 riyal, I donated 50 riyal, and I will try to get that number to 1,000 or 5,000. This is something that you can do. You cannot go there. Good. Find something you can do. This is a lot of things that can help you when you think that way. There is things that you cannot do, but there is always something that you can do. Even if it's a small thing, it will give you that feeling. You are working in an organization with a very bad manager. You cannot fire your manager. Good. But you can try to do your work at the best. You can focus on the stuff that you can do. You can focus on the stuff that you have the ability to change, not the stuff that you don't have the ability to change. The other part is about choosing whether to expose yourself to this or no. Are you going to expose yourself to this or no? Are you going to watch it? So for example, when the war was happening, are you going to watch the news every 5 minutes? Come on. Do you really need this continuous? No. Go expose yourself to something else. There is no harm of doing this. You can choose that. So this is one of the situations that I'm talking about. Choose what you can do and choose if you want to keep watching this or you want to keep getting this out of the system. Sorry. 1 second. Okay. So what can I do then? You can either change the situation if you can, or you can control the way you react to that situation. Good. So here is the idea. If you can change it, change it. If you can't change it, think about what can you do within your ability. Good. There is something you have to keep in mind. Sometimes we have to accept the stress. Good. If one of your family members, la samahallah, have cancer, you have to go to chemotherapy, you have to be in pain, you have to be there. You cannot change the situation. You cannot tell your parents, you know what, I don't care about you anymore, I'm leaving. You cannot do that. And you cannot heal them. You have to live with that. Once you accepted the stress, stop complaining about it. Good? Complaining about it will only make it worse. If you are complaining about somebody in your family that is sick, will only make it worse. If you are working in a company that your manager is bad manager, really bad manager, complaining about him will only make it worse. Even if you're complaining about him in your own heart, like, oh my God, he's idiot. Oh my God, he's idiot. Oh my God, he's idiot. Even if you don't tell anybody about it, that will get you more stress. Good? Accept the fact and stop complaining about it. Try to find something that you can be happy with. Good? Think if you can minimize the effect of that stress on your life. Good. Now, I know my manager is crazy. I know he is driving me crazy. What can I do to minimize his stress on my life? Good. I will do my work in a special way. I will, even though he asked me to do a stupid thing like writing something stupid or documenting everything I'm doing in a stupid way, you know what? I will do it for him just to get rid of his nagging. I want to be relaxed. I don't want to stress myself on this. Good. I'm having somebody sick in the family. I accepted the risk. What can I do now? I will do my best to enjoy the minutes when they are at ease, at relax, to enjoy these minutes with them instead of complaining about the minute that they are crying or they are in a lot of pain. Good. Again, it's similar example about the same thing. If you cannot control the situation, try to change it. Good. If you can change the situation, then do it. Good. There is many options you can ask for help. I know, for example, our CNAQ health insurance that they give to the employee, the health insurance, it includes sessions with a professional helper. They are not psychiatric doctors. No, but they are people who are capable of helping you with stressful situation. There is a specialty like this in the hospital. You can talk to those guys and you can tell them, I am having stress situation in my home because my son is not doing this and this, and my wife is doing this and this. Those guys can help you handle this kind of stress. So you can do it online, like learning by yourself from YouTube and the videos. You can talk to professionals. You can talk to a friend. You can talk to a family member. You can find a way to handle this situation. Good. There is how to control your response to the situation. So this is one of the examples that I give a lot. If somebody in your family is sick, in a sickness of a severe sickness, do you want to sit there and cry and get stressed and cry that he is sick, that he's going to die? In my opinion, no. I will be, instead of being sad, I will be glad that I'm having some time with him. I will think about my friend who lost his father. And I am, even though my father is sick and he's in pain, I will be relaxed. Alhamdulillah, I still can hear his voice. So that's what we call about, think about the good thing that you are having in your life. Think about the thing that make you glad. You hate your stupid manager, the annoying, nagging, no, bastard. Look at your friend who have no job. Good. Look at your friend who got fired from his job and he cannot pay for his house rent. I'm not telling you to give up. Don't listen to me as give up. It's not about give up. It's about me stopping the bad situation from stressing me out and transfer it to something that cheer me up. I am working in a position that I don't like. It's stressful. My students are ignoring me. They're not sharing me. They're not talking to me when I'm talking. And this is about to crush my soul. Good? You know what? At least I will look at it and like, you know what? Next week there is an exam. I will be laughing at them when they are shaking their head. They don't know how to answer. I'm going to put a very hard exam for them because they are not saying hi to me in the chat. Nobody's saying hi. Like, I'm threatening you guys. I'm technically threatening you of giving you a very hard exam, and nobody is even giving me hi. Only Zainab will get easy exam. Good. The rest of you guys will get really, really, really hard exam. Okay? Good. So you see, this is how you change a stressful situation to a glad situation. Only 2 people said hi. Okay? You'll see. We will see in the exam, guys. I will show you. Okay, Ali, don't tell everybody on the WhatsApp to listen to me and say hi in the chat. Let them figure it out by themselves. Okay, so again, I know, guys, it's not a lot of IT stuff, but in general, this is what happened. I believe it or not, I worked before with some crazy managers. At the same time, I work with amazing people. Sometimes you really wish you can just ignore it and leave, but not everybody are blessed with the ability of just leave. We have life. We cannot so just leave, but you can still find the good in the things. Okay, so let's talk about burning out. Burning out is the physical situation and the emotional situation that you reach out after a long time of stress. You get to the point where you literally don't want to do anything. Good? Believe me, everybody will get through that situation, whether because of work, whether because of marriage, whether because of kids, whether because of health issue, whether because of money issue. No matter what you do, this is our life. Good? We all will be in that situation. We all have our situation. The good thing about this is to avoid to get to the bottom of the burnout and avoid staying there. This is when people start committing suicide. This is when people start doing stupid stuff for their family. This is when people get in a very, very bad situation. Good? Alhamdulillah, if in our religion, in the Islam religion, the religions trying to push you up before you get to that situation. That's why they give you istighfar. That's why they give you Allah for Rahim. That's why they tell you. So they're trying, even if you get bad, you can find a way up. I know in Christianity is the same thing. They have these options. You can go try to pull you up. It's not about the religion. It's about the idea that imagine the religion having this stuff to try to pull you up from this burnout button. Yes, you will hit it. You will reach out to the point where you don't want even to go to work or you want even to go out of bed. But we don't want you to stay there. We want you to move back up immediately. You did something stupid, you feel bad. Allah Ghafur Rahim. Oh, Alhamdulillah, God help me. You try to get jump up again. That's the situation. Burnout is there. Some people experience it hard, some people experience it good. The good thing about this, it doesn't happen like this. It doesn't happen like this where you are a very, very good guy and then suddenly you crash. It's never happened like this. It usually happens like this. You are a very good guy, then things start going worse and worse and worse and worse until you reach the burnout. Don't wait on yourself until you get here. Don't wait on yourself until you get to the point where it's becoming risk in your life. Risk about you, risk about your family, risk about your kids. Try to get yourself up back sooner. Good? You can do that by multiple choice, multiple options, multiple things. Find the things that will help you, that will cheer you, that will pick your life up. Good? It's different situation for different people. Good? For me, I'll give you an example. When I was in Syria and I had a bad situation or bad few days, and believe me, I had very bad situation in my life. I seen crazy stuff. Good? I start feeling my morals go down. I used to leave everything that I'm doing and I go to one of the street in Damascus. They call it Suq al-Hamadiyya. If you guys from Syria, you know it. It's a very old market in Syria. It's a very crowded place. It's a place where the old city, the old downtown Damascus, very old city street. And I go there, walk for 1 hour or 2 hours, 3 hours. I'll go eat from everything there. There's a shawarma guy, I eat from him. There's a fatayr guy next to him. Then there's a sweet guy next to him. Then there is a guy with ice cream. Then back to the shawarma guy. And back to another shawarma guy. And then some fatayr. And by the time I finish this, I gain like 3 kilos. But I'm back up. I don't wait myself to crash. Good? Find your situation. Find your passionate. If you're passionate to watch a football game, good, go watch a football game. If you're passionate to play video game, play video game. You know what? Personally, I only play video game when I have the cheating code. You know the cheating code on the video game? The one that you put so you can become Superman, nobody can kill you. Good? Or you have unlimited ammo and you start shooting everybody. Come on, guys. You play video games? Yeah, you know those. I only play games with the cheating code. I don't play games if I don't have the cheating code. Somebody tell me, Hassan, come on, like my son. Tell me, Dad, this is stupid. What do you mean cheating code? The fun of the game is to play it. My son played these shooting games. He had this gun and he go around shooting people and people shooting him. Good? And he kill people, people kill him, he restart again and he play the game. I don't play that. I go find the cheating code online, I put it, and now I have 100% life. So even if the guy nuke me with a nuclear bomb, I don't die. No matter how much they shoot me, I don't die. This is what we call it cheating codes. Good? No matter how much they shoot me, I don't die. And I have all the weapon in the game. Then I will come down and like shooting everybody in the game. And my son telling me, you made the game stupid. The fun in the game is to go and have the challenge and challenge the game. I told him, Habibi, I have enough stress on my life. I don't want the game to give me more stress. I want the game to enjoy the game. And he like, that's stupid. I'm like, it's stupid for you. It's fun for me. Good. So this is again, this is for me. Good. This is for me. It worked for me. For my son, no, he want the challenge. He want to lose and win in the game. This is what make him trigger. Even on my mobile, you know this Crash Candy game? I have it cracked on my mobile. So I have all the levels. I have unlimited amount of things on that cotton candy crush thing. So I just play any level, and you know what? Tuck, 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 tuck. I add myself 5 of those donuts that can destroy everything. And like, mom, I win. Again, I'm not playing because of I want playing. I'm playing to have some fun for the next 5 minutes to relax. Then I go back fighting with my student and correcting their exams that are about to give me heart attack. Good. So this is what we call about try to avoid the burnout. Okay. There is too many ways to avoid the burnout. Take a deep breath. Take a sip of water. Think about it. Find something happy you can do. Go walk. Go eat ice cream. Go run. Go jump. I know people, they start running when they get sad. Good. You seen this movie? There's a movie called Forrest Gump. It's too old for you guys, but I'm thinking some of you heard about it. That Forrest Gump, sorry. He's a guy came out from Vietnam War, and suddenly in the morning he will find himself depressed and he started running. And he went running from the east coast of the United States to the west coast. So he went like across America. And then when he reached to the sea, he stopped, he turned, he went back. He was running across the whole America because he was stressed. Whatever worked for you to help you reduce the stress, you'll find the thing that worked for you the best. Good. Again, to summarize it, stress normal part of life. You cannot eliminate all the stress in your life, but at least you can identify the cause of the stress. Once you find out what's actually stressing you, this is when you can find some mechanism to deal with it. Okay? Sorry, just give me 1 second. Let me stop